Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and this is Stitched Up, and welcome back to another Sunday chat. I thought I would come to you today just to do a little quick catch up from last week's vlog because I haven't had the opportunity to vlog at all this week. It's been a little bit of a topsy-turvy week, let's just say that. Anyway, I'll start by talking to you about what I'm wearing, which is not me made. I am wearing a ready-to-wear top today, and I'm wearing this with a purpose because I bought this top back in June because it's got ricrac on it. Now, I know that sounds a bit daft. Well, maybe it doesn't to you, but it's not really the reason why I bought it as such. But jumbo ricrac is having a bit of a thing, and I know that the lovely Jenny at So Confident sells it, and I've been really tempted because I thought it would be really nice to incorporate it into a garment. And this top, which is a ready-to-wear shirt, incorporates jumbo ricrac in a really, really unique way. And I want to sort of recreate it. So if I just show you how it works, I mean, look at that. Don't you think it's just incredible? This is by a brand called Love and Roses, I think, and they've used this jumbo ricrac down the placket, but they've also used it around sort of the yoke here, so it's in between the yoke at the top and the rest of the garment. They've put it in between the two pieces there, and then obviously down what I expect is like a princess seam, and then around the sleeves as well. And I just really, really loved it. And I'd seen jumbo ricrac at So Confident, and then when I saw this top I thought I'm going to order it because it's from Next and see what I think to it, and if I really like it, maybe have a go at remaking it. But I wouldn't even... Oh, it's also got some around the hem here, look, as well. I love how that goes around the hem. And you know, when I think of ricrac, I'll be honest, it's a bit twee, isn't it? Is that really controversial to say that? But the way some people use it, for me, it's not the kind of look that I would want to go for, I'll put it that way. I think it's great on little girls' clothes and things, but yeah, it's not something that I'm immediately drawn to. But in this kind of garment, I think it can look really nice. So I don't know how much ricrac this would take to make something like this, but even if, you know, making like a sleeve with this kind of detailing, I think would be really nice to attempt. I don't know, have you used jumbo ricrac? Let me know. Anyway, that was straight into it, wasn't it? The other elephant in the room is the hair. I've had the hair done. So last week was quite interesting because somebody commented, I won't say who, I've left the comment on my vlog, and I know a few of you stood up for me in the comments. Thank you very much. But anyway, somebody said change the hair or change your hair or something. And when I filmed last week's vlog, I had just come back from work and hadn't really done a lot with my hair. I didn't realise I had to, you know, make myself really presentable for these vlogs. But anyway, somebody said to change the hair. I don't know where that came from, but anyway, that's not the reason I've had my hair cut. I had already had a planned hairdresser's appointment on Thursday, and originally I was getting fed up with my hair because even though it was fairly long, I've had about 3 inches cut off it, probably about that much. The ends of it were really wispy, and even though I was having those cut, because it had been really, really layered, and my hair, as I mentioned before, is quite fine. I do have a lot of it, but it's very fine. It's not really coarse. And it just was looking really thin at the ends, even though I was having it trimmed regularly. So we all know, I'm sorry about my phone going off in the background. It's driving me up the wall, to be honest. I don't know what's going off, but anyway. I had this appointment already booked, and the plan was I was just going to have my roots done because I'd booked my next appointment at the end of October to have my extensions put back in. And I know some of you probably hate them, but for me, I just wanted something to just give me that extra bit of length at the bottom and a bit more thickness, basically. And then on the way to my hairdresser's, I just changed my mind because I'm impulsive and thought, you know what, I'm just gonna have it cut. So I said to her, cut it to shoulder length. And I asked her to put some low lights in as well, just to toned down the colour because it was looking really one coloured, even though I was just having highlights. So yeah, I had some low lights put in and I really like it now. I'm really happy with it. But no, I haven't had it done based on that one comment from last week, which was just bizarre. My hair is naturally, as you can see, this is natural. It's very wavy naturally. And sometimes I'll style it, sometimes I don't bother. And I'm not bothering. I am just being me. So anyway, so that's the hair. So I've had it cut. I've just had a blunt cut, and yeah, I'm quite happy with it at this length at the minute. And this colour is better. So yeah, I'm also wearing some Sapphire Frills earrings today. These are the little sort of coconut shells. I got these in a mystery box because she did a mystery box sale thing about a month or so ago now. And these were in the one that I got. I think I got the Tiki box, which has got sort of like tropical-y type earrings in, and these came in that. So yeah, I really like them. So anyway, that's the look that I'm going for today. But I wanted to chat to you also about the Goth concert because we went to that last night. Now, as I've mentioned at the start of this vlog, I'm sniffling. I'm really sorry. I am full of cold again. I was only ill with COVID when we were in Cornwall, which we've been back from Cornwall 2 weeks. And then yesterday morning, I woke up with a sore throat again and congestion, full of cold. Don't feel great, let's put it that way. But the week, my daughter came up as a bit of an impromptu thing on Tuesday. So she's been here with Layla all week, which has been really lovely, but obviously put paid to the plans that I had, let's just say that. So Wednesday and Thursday I had off work, and I had planned then to properly do my goth dress because it was the concert last night and it didn't happen, let's just say that. So I ended up cutting out the dress. I got everything cut out, but I didn't get it sewn up until yesterday, the day of the concert. So it was a bit of a rush job, let me just say that. But I did get it done, and I wore it last night. I didn't get any pictures of me in it because I wasn't well, and yeah, I didn't put all the effort in that I was planning to. So the dress itself did get done. It was this pattern, New Look N6718, and if you remember, I was going to make this version here. Now, I traced off the pattern as I always do because my shape changes, my weight changes, my size changes so frequently that if I cut these out, you could guarantee that in a few months' time, my weight will be changed again, and then I've wasted a pattern. So I did trace this pattern off. So let me just get my specs when I find them so I can tell you which size I traced. I believe that I traced off the size 12, which, looking at the body measurements on the back of the pattern, it says the bust is 34, the waist is 26.5, and the hip is 36. When I looked at the finished measurements for that, the bust was 36.5, the waist was 27.5, I believe, and the hip was, I think, around 38, 40, something like that. I added on an inch to the waist and then got it all sewn up. It was too big. So the reason I think it was too big, let me take my glasses off. The reason I think it was too big was because the fabric that I've used has some stretch in it. So it is like a slub viscose, but it's got stretch in it. And I did want it fairly fitted at the top, and it was just too loose. So I ended up having to take in a lot. I think if I had used a non-stretch viscose, it probably would have needed taking in a little bit, but not as much as what I had to do it. So for reference, my body measurements at the minute, because I did measure myself again yesterday, my bust is 35.5, my waist is 27, and my hips are 40.5 currently. So let me I've put it on my mannequin, I'll pull it across and show you. Okay, so I don't know how well this is going to show because it's black, and black is notoriously difficult to film and take photos of, but this is the dress. So I did the sleeveless version, as you can see. Now, I did go completely off-piste with this dress with respect to the fact that you have a facing around the front and back neckline, and then the armholes are supposed to be bias bound. However, I didn't want to do that, and the reason I didn't want to do that was because this fabric, as I say, is a slub viscose, and it's quite not thin but not really substantial. So I made the decision that I was going to line the bodice. So yeah, I started sewing this up yesterday morning, knowing that I had a fully lined bodice dress to make. So anyway, I did fully line the dress, as in the bodice. So you've got a placket down the front. Now, I thought this was a button front placket. It's not, it's a faux placket. So you make up the bodice. It's princess seamed. You've got the princess seam just coming down here, and it's got a midriff. Can I show you this better? Let's have a look. Can you see that? It's got like a midriff section there. You can probably just see it. And then you've got a yoke detail here, which has got a seam there and a seam there. And then you basically sew the placket on the top of it before you stitch it all together, and then put buttons on. The buttons are from Boys. These were 20p each, but I thought they went quite well. And then at the back, you have again got princess seams down the back. Please don't look at my matching of the midriff section because it doesn't match. It did match until I had to take it in, and I took it in along the zipper. I really sort of pulled the zipper in, so it doesn't match anymore, and I didn't have time to fix it. I will go back and fix it, but at the minute it's off center. I also didn't have a black zip, so I've used a grey zip, which it's supposed to be invisible, and it is invisible because it's loose on me. But yeah, it's got a centre back zip. And then the bottom of the dress, this is where I went off piste again as well, was because I thought, you know, to make it a bit more extra gothy, I will use a lace overlay. So what I decided to do, and I'm going to show you on the pattern rather than the dress itself because it will be easier, is I did the whole bodice and the yoke section in this viscose, and then the next layer, which is this bit here, I did in a lace fabric. Well, it's like a mesh it's like an embroidered mesh. I did do in the viscose as well, but I added the embroidered mesh over the top for this section, and then the bottom section is just the mesh, embroidered mesh, if that makes sense. There's no viscose underneath, so it's almost like it's got a layer of the black viscose to this point here, and then from there downwards is mesh. Does that make sense? So if I can sort of show you, I'm going to stand this up a little bit. There, can you see? So we've got the embroidered mesh here and the bottom section, and then underneath we have the viscose to there. Can you see that? This embroidered mesh was from, oh, let me put this down a second, was from Legend Textiles. It was really cheap. I don't know if they've still got it, but it's really nice. It's a lovely quality. Look, it's just daisies. And then I had to cut round the mesh bit because it's got this gorgeous scalloped bottom. So I thought that would be super nice. Look, there you go. I haven't made it full length because I wanted it to come to sort of mid... Ooh, let me just come back down again. I wanted it to come to mid-calf so that I could wear it with fishnet tights and my ankle boots, which is what I did. And I ended up wearing a lace bodysuit underneath it because I don't like my upper arms. What can I say? So I wore that underneath it and felt okay, shall we say. It's not exactly what I wanted, I will say that. I think I didn't feel as gothy in it as what I wanted to feel, but I think some of that, as I say, was because I'm not very well, and also I didn't have the time to really take care with making this. I could have made it a lot better than what I have. But, you know, it is what it is. So it got done. What can I say? As I say, I haven't got any photos in it because I didn't feel very well last night. I'm still very nasally and congested again. I don't get colds like this, so I don't know what's going on. But anyway, it's fine. It got done. So now on to the next project. I will take some pictures of me in it when I'm feeling a bit better, and you can see that at some point because, and I think I mentioned last week that I was thinking about starting up my Stitched Up weekly vlogs again, and loads of you have commented that you would love me to do that. So I am going to start that from this week, which hopefully will be out next weekend. So that's exciting. I've decided to start it from this week because the work commitments are really scaling back now. So apart from my main job, I am not doing a lot extra from this week moving forward. So I thought it would be a nice opportunity to start bringing that back, and then I can start bringing back Top Tip Tuesdays as well. I know a few of you have mentioned about that you really enjoyed them, and I just haven't had the time to devote to doing those for a long time, to be honest, but I am going to have that time moving forward. So yeah, so they'll be coming back soon as well. So let me know what tips you would like me to cover, and I can start looking at some tutorials for that as well. That will be really good. So lots of interesting things coming up. Now, what's coming up this week is Frocktails. So yeah, I'm going up to Scotland on Thursday actually, because it's Frocktails on Saturday. I'm not going to Scotland on Thursday at all. What am I talking about? I'm going up to Newcastle on Thursday to stay at the lovely Lucy's, who is Geek Petite. And then myself, Lucy and Tamlin are heading up to Glasgow on Friday and staying for the weekend. And we've got Frocktails on Saturday. And I got really nervous earlier because Emma from So Do It Emma put a picture up on Instagram of the fact that she is leaving it really late to start her Frocktails outfit. She only started it yesterday, and I haven't started mine. Yeah, and I need it done for Thursday. So I think I mentioned last week that I was going to make this, except I'm going to do the sleeveless version because I don't like the one sleeved version. It's not me. It's not my kind of thing. But the sleeveless version will be fine. So I mentioned last week that I'm going to make this. Somebody's now cutting the grass. Just why? Anyway, moving on. But I needed to choose some fabric. So I have got some fabric and I thought I would show you it. Now, this is a jersey dress. So I am envisaging that this is not going to be a... Can you hear that? It might even be my husband. Anyway, sorry about that. This jersey dress I'm going to make, it should not be difficult because there shouldn't be a lot of fitting involved. There's going to be a bit of fitting because you've got this cutout detail, obviously. But anyway, fabric-wise, I have this. Now, I think I got this from Beyond the Pink Door. I'm sure I did. Anyway, it's this beauty. It's absolutely gorgeous. So this is a two-way stretch. And it's not got tons and tons of stretch. I would probably say I do have a stretch ruler somewhere. I don't know where it is at the minute. I can't see it. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Oh, I'm just throwing things everywhere. I've got one of these things, which is a stretch ruler. So I will be able to tell you how much stretch is in this. Let's have a look. It's got 20% stretch. So I think this fabric says, this pattern, sorry, it says, well, it doesn't say how much stretch you need. It just says stretch knits only, such as bamboo knit, which is very stretchy, interlock jersey modal, rayon knit, rib knit, stretch velvet. I mean, they're all different stretch percentages, aren't they? I do wish these patterns would tell you what stretch percentage it needs. But looking at the pattern, you've got some gathering here, so it looks quite A-line from the back, even though from the front it looks very straight. So anyway, we shall see. But yeah, this I think is going to be my Frocktails dress, because I think this fabric is gorgeous and I think it'll look really nice. I think for the time of year that's going to work really well. I do have enough of this. I think I've got about 3.5 meters, something like that. So that's going to be that. I don't have time to twirl it, so I'm just going to go for it, I think. Yeah, that's a bit worrying, isn't it? Because I'm a bit worried about the amount of stretching it, but hopefully it'll be okay. I haven't had any fabric deliveries this week. I have had no notions deliveries, no haberdashery, nothing. I have been a really, really good girl. I have just listed some fabrics today on my Destash account to destash, because I'm trying to create some more room in here now, because I've got, you can't see it, but to the right of you is this massive pile of fabric that is sat on my desk that I need to find space for, and the only space I've really got is there. So I'm gonna have to sort it, is all I can say. So I have taken some out of there this morning, but I need to methodically pull out each cubby hole and work through the fabrics and make a decision on what I'm keeping and what I am destashing. So I've listed a few today. I think they've already sold, or people have reserved them, should I say, that they want them. So that's good. And then I'm going to obviously get those parcelled up and off this week and then start working through those, I think, as well. But I think I need to really focus on this, otherwise I'm just not going to get it done. And I don't think I've got anything else that I could wear. Well, I have got a couple of things that I could wear, I think, but I don't know if they'll fit me. That's the only thing. So anyway, that's the plan. I need to look at getting on with that, but at the minute, because I'm congested and full of cold, I don't feel up to sewing. So I'm hoping 24 hours I'm going to feel a bit better and I can get on with that. That would be really good. So Bronte and Layla have gone home now. It's been really lovely to have them, but it's really, really quiet. It is just full on when there's a toddler in tow. And yeah, as soon as they go and the house goes back to normal, it's really strange. So I'm just getting used to that again, just it being me and Martin and Isaac. Obviously Isaac's still here. Yeah, so let me know what you have been up to this week. I still need to film my Pomona pants review, pattern review. I'm going to film that in the next few days, hopefully, as well, once I've got the dress done, because I know you're all telling me to get this done. And thinking about Frocktails and think about what I need to take with me. What is that noise? Just why does this happen every time you start to film? Right, I'm going to leave it there. Short and sweet from me this week. But I hope you're all really well, and I just want to thank the gorgeous Fionuala, I think it is, who bought me 3 coffees yesterday. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Have a great week, and I'll be back with you soon. Take care. Bye.